Here's everything you need to know about Photoshop number 10, blend modes. Blend modes are the star of the show, but there are a few other things involved as well. I'll show you what I'm talking about. On Google Classroom, you will have these two resources. There is a help page. The help page looks like this, has all the instructions and some options for you here about how you do this assignment. I'm not going to read that to you. I'm going to show it to you during the course of the demo. So I'm going to get back over here to Google Classroom. The other thing that you have posted is a Photoshop file that everybody will use for this assignment. This is not a day where you'll be building your own thing. Everybody is going to use this file right here. So to get it open, well, I'll do that in a minute. Here's what it looks like when you open it, and here's an example of what it might look like when you're, but yours is going to look very different than mine. This is all about using opacities and blend modes and a few other things to take the file from where it is when you first open it up and make it look very, very different by the time you are done. I'm going to close these and I'll show you how this all works. First of all, you'll need this file from Google Classroom, the blend modes start file. So I'm going to go to Google Classroom and I'm just going to click that. And here's how we do this. We've done it before on a previous assignment. On the top right hand corner, there's a 3-dot menu. Click that and click Open in New Window. When the new window opens up and has the preview of the document, there is now a download button. And if you click that download button, the file will go into your downloads folder and you'll be able to open it from there in Photoshop. So I'm going to switch back to Photoshop. I'll click open over here on the top left-hand side. I'm going to look in my downloads folder and right there it is. It's called Blend Modes Start File. I'll open it up. Let's take a look at what we've got on here. These are all things that have to do with communication, with being connected. And there's some social media icons and some emojis, and for most of them are just pictures that have to do with being connected and communicating with other people. Over here on the right-hand side, we've done this before, but I'm going to grab the Layers panel right over here. I'm going to click and drag it up here sideways. When you see that blue highlight there in Photoshop, that means I can drop it and anchor it in right there. And I think I'm going to do that so that I can see the layer panel a little bit better. I'm going to show you the things that are in here very quickly, and I'm going to do that by clicking these little eyeball buttons that are on each layer. I'm just going to kind of run down and click each one of those and turn them off. And let's take a look at what we've got to work with. There's a black background. If you want to change it, you could click the background layer and change the background if you want to. The next layer is like a globe that has lines kind of flying back and forth and just showing that people are connected all over the world. That's the idea. The next layer, as I turn them on, I'm just clicking on that little box where the eyeball is. You've got a laptop that has a phone laying on it. It's kind of an old phone, but whatever. Next up, on the next layer, you have a dictionary page that says communication. All right. On the next layer, as I turn that on, you have an Instagram icon. The next layer, when you turn it on, that's the old one. Sorry, I need to update that. But that's a Twitter icon. Should be X now, my fault. Then you have a Facebook icon, and then you have a Snapchat icon, and then you have a TikTok icon. So you have all these social media platform icons. Then we have an image of some texting hands, and we have a wink emoji. People still use emojis a little bit. And then this is just kind of a graphic piece, like a wavy, cool graphic piece that you can use if you want to. Now, remember that your job, your goal on this is to take the file from where it is right now. It doesn't look really very cool right now, and change it. Make it look, improve it, make it look better. And I'm going to show you several ways that you could do that in the course of this video. All right, so I'm going to go back over here to these eyeball buttons on the layer panel and turn them all off again like that. And I'm going to start here on the globe layer. Here's the first thing I want to show you. This is an option that you have when you click on a layer, you can do things to that layer, of course. And so I'm going to click on the globe layer. And the first thing I want to show you is this right here. On every layer, toward the top of the layer box, there's a setting that just says normal right here. And it's a blend mode. It's called a blend mode. I can drop that down, and there are several different blend modes. And we've seen these before in some other lessons that we've done, but this is another time where blend modes are useful. Now, as I float my mouse, I'm not clicking anything, but as I float my mouse over these different blend modes, you'll see that different things are happening. And in some cases, you know, it's not like on linear burn here, it just disappeared. Well, I don't really like that. But there are some blend modes that might kind of do something cool. Look at that one. I don't know if you like that or not, but look what that did. If I just put it on vivid light blend mode, it does that to the globe. I don't know if you like it, but so I'm just kind of floating along here and looking at these different possibilities. Now look at what luminosity did. If I put it on the luminosity blend mode, if I click that globe would look grayscale or black and white. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is hard light. I'm going to go to the hard light blend mode. So the first thing I'm showing you is that to change the way something looks, you could just change its blend mode. That's a possibility, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to click hard light, and there we go. Now I'm going to click on this laptop and phone layer, and I'll turn it on. And here's another option for you on this assignment. On this one, what I'm going to do is Control T on the keyboard. Remember, Control T is transform. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Control T is transform. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to tilt it some, and I'm going to set it down here in the corner, and then I'll either press enter or hit the check mark. And now here's another adjustment that you can make. On any layer, you can adjust the opacity of the layer, right? This affects the entire layer. Everything on that layer, I can fade it out. Right now the opacity is on 100%, but I could drop that menu down and I could lower that opacity down some, and you can, as you lower it, you can see it happen right there on the document. So I'm going to take it down to about 50%, and I kind of like that. I just faded out that keyboard a little bit to about a 50% opacity. You can kind of see through it, and so I'm going to leave it like that. And this is another day where you have to do what makes you happy, right? All right, so I'm going to bring up the dictionary page, and this one I'm going to do a Control T to transform, and I want to show you this little trick. If you hold down the Shift key, you can stretch it in any way that you want. If you don't hold the Shift key, it kind of, locks the proportions and stretches both horizontally and vertically. But if you press the Shift key, oops, didn't mean to go that far. If you press the Shift key, I'll bring that back over and I'll get that fixed the way I want. Here we go. I'm going to zoom back just a little bit. That was Control minus there. And I'm going to press the Shift key, and I'll just kind of stretch this sort of how I want it to be, like that. And I'll hit the check mark. Now, when you look at that, you might think, well, gosh, that doesn't look very good. But I'm going to change its blend mode now. I'm going to go up here to the blend modes, and I'm going to put it on darken blend mode. And look what it does when I use darken blend mode in this case. All the white from the dictionary page just kind of, and you wouldn't know that unless you just get in here and you gotta experiment, you gotta play, and you gotta see that looks kind of cool a little bit. But I'm going to do darken because all the white of the dictionary page just kind of disappears, and you can still see the letters, and that's what I wanted. So I'm going to go darken blend mode, and I like that. And again, you have to be the one that decides what you like. Let's go to the next layer here. It's the Instagram icon. So I'll do a Control T. I'm going to do a Control T, and I'm going to bring it up here to the top and make it a little bit bigger. I want it to be a little bit bigger. Check mark. Now here's another option for you today, and we did this in the previous assignment just before this one. You could, on any layer that you want, go to the FX button, and I'm going to go to outer glow. I want my outer glow to be a bluish color, kind of a, I don't know, kind of like that. I'm going to change the blend mode of this glow to normal, and this is where you just have to play with things, right? I'm going to bring the opacity of the glow up some, and I'll play with spread and size. And if you look over there at my Instagram logo, it's getting this blue glow around it, and that's what I wanted. I want it to kind of glow with a blue glow. All right, so I'm going to click OK because I like that. I'm done. All right, now this is the old Twitter logo. Again, I'm going to do Control T for transform. I'm going to line my social media platform logos up, but you can do it any way you want. And here, and you'll notice that if I go to FX and I'm going to go to Outer Glow, these are called sticky settings, and all these settings right here tend to stay right where you left them. So I have that same blue glow happening around the Twitter icon that I had around the Instagram icon. So I'll just click OK there because I'm happy with it. All right, I'm going to turn on the Facebook. I'll do these really fast because I'm going to do the same thing to all of them. I'm just going to line them up, make them a little bit bigger. I'll hit the check mark here, and I'm going to go to FX and Outer Glow. And again, I've got that same Outer Glow sticky settings here. Everything's still set the way I left it, so I'll just put that blue Outer Glow on there. Let's do Snapchat. Control T. Make it a little bit bigger. That's a little bit too big for what I wanted. And check mark. And I'm going to put the Outer Glow on that real quick. And one more social media platform thing to go, Control T. This is TikTok. I'll bring it up here, and I'm going to move these around here in a second. Check mark there. FX, Outer Glow. And this is, you don't have to do it. Don't look at mine and say, well, I got to do it just like that. You do your own thing. Now I'm just going to use the Move tool on the toolbar just to kind of rearrange these a little bit. I didn't get them like spaced out the way I want, so I'm going to kind of move them around a little bit. I think Instagram could maybe be just a smidge bigger. All right, there we go. That'll work for what we're doing. Almost done. The texting hands here, I'm just kind of turning on layers as I go along here. And the texting hands, I'm going to do Control T, and I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm going to tilt it. I'm going to bring it down here in this corner, and I'll hit the check mark. And then all I'm going to do with that one is lower its opacity up here on the layer menu. The opacity is right here, and I'm just going to drop that opacity down some. And, I might try an overlay blend mode. No, I might have to bring the opacity back up now so I can see it a little better. No, you know what? I don't like the overlay blend mode, so I'll put it back on normal, and I'll take the opacity back down. I like that better. Just fade it out some. All right, the wink emoji, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. And again, do your own thing. Don't sit there and do it like me. All right, I'm going to make the wink emoji really kind of big. Check mark there. There's another check mark up at the top, and so you could do that, or you could press enter. And again, that when you look at that, you think, that kind of is blocking a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm going to play with the blend mode, right? I'm going to come along here, and that darker color right there is kind of fun because you can still see the emoji, but it's not blocking everything. So you could just kind of work your way through here and look at all these different possibilities on blend modes. Just float your mouse over them, and it will. And I could, if I wanted that multiply blend mode, but then I could also lower the opacity a little bit so it's not quite so visible. And there we go, right? So it's a combination thing. I did a multiply blend mode and lowered the opacity. And so this is just a matter of trying things out and getting what you like. And then here's the last thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take this wave, Control T, and I'm going to hold my Shift key because what I would like to do here is stretch this thing out. And remember, if you want to stretch it in a single direction, you have to hold the Shift key to do it. And I'm going to put that right across those social media platform things. And again, if you're looking at it now, you're thinking, well, you just covered a whole bunch of stuff up, but you probably know what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the blend mode. I'm going to come up here and play with blend mode. So where it says normal right here, I'll just drop that and I'll start playing with it. And see, like right there, color burn, I think that looks kind of cool. And I could just kind of float along here, and color dodge looks kind of fun right there. I think that looks kind of vivid light, looks kind of fun right there. Ooh, there's some wild stuff happening here. Look at that. That's not terrible. Right, I think that looks kind of cool, but I think I'm going to go back up here to the color burn. I like that about as well as anything I saw. All right, and don't feel like you have to do it like me. Look, I did it. And this looks so different than it did when I started. Right, I completely have altered the look of this thing. And here's an option that you have. If there's like some kind of graphic piece or image or whatever in there that you don't really like all that much, you could turn off its eyeball and just say, its little visibility button, you could just turn off its little eyeball here and say, I'm just not going to use that one. Right, like those texting hands, if you're thinking, I don't really like those texting hands that much, just turn off the eyeball, click the eyeball, make it invisible, and there. You don't have to use everything. You could just turn something off and not use it. That's an option too. So that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so when you have done things to it by using combinations of, you can use effects like we did in the previous lesson, right? Like I used an outer glow on this. You can change blend modes right up here. Usually this says normal, but I'm clicking where it says normal and I'm switching it to something else. You can change opacities, and you could also change the order of the layers. You can drag layers up and down, if that would help you at all. So that's your job today, is to take that file and use a combination of blend modes, opacities, effects, sizing, Control-T transform, whatever floats your boat, and take it and make it look different. When you get done, you're probably going to want to go File and go Save As. And when we started this whole thing, this was called Blend Mode Start File, and you might want to come along here and just do something like this when you save it. Change the name of it to like Blend Mode's Done. And then that way, when you go to turn it in, you'll know which one you're turning in, because this is the one that is done. All right, so there you go. Have at it.